and welcome to my channel, In Search of Wonder. My name is Anne, and this is day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Today, I want to talk about my reading challenges that I plan to participate in 2026. There are so many amazing reading challenges out there this year, and I will not take the time to mention all of them, but I will say that Alma at Alma's Reading Journey has done a fantastic job of compiling the very best ones. I'm telling you all about them and linking to the channels and the videos with all of the details about them. So I will link to her video below and you can find that and go explore them if you are looking for challenges to do this year. But I'm going to tell you about the ones I have decided on. As I said in my video yesterday about my goals for 2026, there are 4 reading challenges on BookTube that I am participating in this year. Normally, I only do 3, but last year I added a 4th one at the last minute, the Jane Austen 250th celebration. It was a lot of fun. I grant you, it was Jane Austen related, so of course that will be fun for me. Big Jane Austen fan, if you didn't know. But I do think that I can manage 4 reading challenges. That's 4 books in a month that are required reading, so to speak. I am giving myself permission this year to double up on those if I can, if it makes sense and if it doesn't break any rules. So normally in the past, like I would do 3 reading challenges and I would have to have a separate book for each of them. That was just my rule for myself. But this time I'm going to bend that rule, and if I feel like it, I will break it. So I will have a book that doubles up for the reading challenges. That way I'm not feeling overwhelmed. The very first challenge, of course, that I'm going to be participating in is my very own Reading the Classics challenge, and I'm very excited about the 1776 edition. Now, I do have available a printable version of a reading journal for that, as well as actual printed ones, spiral bound ones that I can send to you on my Etsy shop, and I will link to that below if you are interested in getting that journal for yourself. I did not think I had to have my copy with me here to show you right now, but I do have one, and I do intend to fill that out as I go through the year. But I also made a spread in my reading journal here just to jot down the titles so I can see an overview of what I ended up reading for this challenge in 2026. So this is the 1776 edition because the United States of America is celebrating its 250th anniversary. And so all of the prompts are related to the United States of America. So I'll very quickly go through each one, what the prompt is. I have not chosen books for these at all. So I will choose those as the months, like 1 month at a time. But I will tell you what all the prompts are and what book you should do for them. So January, Stars and Stripes, and the idea is to read a 5-star prediction. All of these have to be classics, at least 50 years old. So a 5-star prediction. February is Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness, and the prompt is to read a funny book. March is In God We Trust, and the idea is to read a religious classic. April, Of the People, By the People, For the People, and that would be a memoir or biography. May, Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, and that is a random choice. June, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, and that is a book set in the USA. July, Red, White, and Blue, and that's a cover pick, red, blue, or white on the cover. August, 500 plus pages. Oh, sorry, the saying is a pluribus unum, out of many one, and the prompt is a 500 plus page book to go with Big Book Summer. That's a fun one. September, All Men Created Equal, book by a female author. October, Sea to Shining Sea, all about, exploring new territory, and that is a new to you author. November, As American as Apple Pie, and the prompt is a cozy comfort read. December, a nostalgic reread for Country Roads Take Me Home. So that is the Reading the Classics challenge for next year. That's my challenge. For every month, I will be sharing not only what I plan to read, but also some recommendations I have, just a few recommendations in my TBR video. I don't generally do a separate video for that, but I do include in my TBR video for the month some recommendations. Not every month will work for that. So for example, like red, white, and blue cover, that's kind of hard because there's so many different editions of classics most of the time. Like one edition might have red, white, or blue, but another one won't. So some of the prompts and some of the months may not be conducive to recommendations, but I will try to include some in my TBR videos whenever possible. And also, if you get the reading journal that I have available, there are recommendation pages as well for each of the months. Then the other challenge that I am participating in is Alma, who I mentioned already, her Journey Through Time Historical Fiction Reading Challenge. I am participating in this one because I absolutely love historical fiction. It's my favorite genre. So I am very excited to participate. This one will be a fun one for me, not too tricky. Although the first month, there are a couple months in here that will challenge me and will push the boundaries a little bit, which is good. I like that. So I like a challenge to actually be a challenge, but I also like that it's historical fiction, so I love historical fiction. So it will broaden my horizons, but it's not going to be a chore for me by any means. So the prompts are January, a biblical or ancient era, so like ancient Greece, ancient Rome, that sort of thing. February is a romance, love that. March is a child's tale, goes well with middle grade March. April is at sea, which might be tricky for me. I don't usually love at sea books, but I do have some options. May is Latin America. I'm already stumped on that one, so we'll see what happens. June, World War I or World War II, easy peasy, done. July, American Revolution, also pretty easy. August, historical fantasy, which will be tricky for me, but I do have options for that. September, libraries, books, or teachers. Love that, that'll be easy. October, set in the 1800s, again, so easy. November, mystery suspense, that will be fun. A little bit outside the box for me, not completely, but I don't always read mystery and suspense, that would be good. Or December, set in your favorite decade, which is so fun. So I am looking forward to that one with Alma. And then I did Jeanette's January's Christian Fiction Challenge last year and really enjoyed it. Christian fiction is very often just fun, relaxing read for me many times. So it's easy for me to read. So I can easily do a challenge like this without too much trouble. So she has a really fantastic challenge this year with prompts based on various booktubers' birthdays. So it goes with their birthday month and it's the prompt suggested by them, as well as a secondary prompt. And you can do one book that goes with both of the prompts each month, or you can do two separate books. I will probably strive to do just one book each month for them, but if I have two options for a month, then I will do that. January is a dual timeline and or hidden gem. So the hidden gem means it has to have fewer than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads. February, a fairy tale retelling or subtitle on the cover and heart on the title, in the title. March is author's debut and or a borrowed or gifted book. April is a healthcare worker, which is so interesting, such an interesting topic, and or favorite genre. May is set in Tennessee or the South and or a 5-star prediction. June is summer in the title or set in the summer, so that's fun, and or a booktuber recommendation. July, set in Scotland or the United Kingdom, love that, and or a cursive font on the cover, so that's just really cool. August, a law enforcement character, I don't read a lot of those, that would be interesting, and or the title in capitals. September, transportation on the cover, and or a series, a book in a series. October is a Christie Award finalist and or an intimidating read. November is a house on the cover and or a favorite author or reread. And December includes a celebration and or new to your TBR. So that is the January's Christian Fiction Bingo for 2026. Looking forward to that. And of course, I always participate in Chantel's Read Your Shelf Challenge. And she has some pretty basic prompts. The idea for this is that although the books come from your TBR, by and large, my goal is to read books from my physical TBR. So I am hoping to do that for all of these challenges as much as I can. Some of them will not be possible, but I will do what I can. January, the title includes an article. February, 3 or more objects on the cover, I guess. March is a weapon on the cover. April is the title includes a conjunction. May includes a place as a title. June, the title is 5 or more words. July, the book has a map. That's really cool. August, water, I guess on the cover. And September is an animal. October is bookish, so a bookish cover. November is transportation. December is true or false. And I'm not really sure, the true or false one might be the trickiest one for me. So those are the prompts. Most of them are title or cover related. So that is fun. So those are my 4 main challenges that I am going to be doing this year. And I'm looking forward to every single one of them. They're going to be so much fun. But also I have 2 other things that I want to mention. First of all, I mentioned in my video yesterday, my 10 at a time plan. So I have a little jar, and I'm sorry, it's over there and I don't feel like getting it, but I have a little jar that has little book covers in it of books that I have been wanting to read that are on my shelf, on my physical TBR, and some of them I've been wanting to read for years, literally, and I just haven't yet. So this is the year I'm gonna read them. So I don't remember how many are in there. There's quite a few, but I'm pulling out 10 at a time, and I've pulled out the first set of 10. They're in an envelope in my reading journal. And I'm going to, every month, look through those and see which ones will fit in my TBR. So here's my little envelope. My problem this month is that for January already I'm not off to a great start, because the one book that's in here that I thought might be applicable, particularly for Epistolary January, I'm not ready to read right yet, because it's going to be a group read with some other people, and I don't know if January will work for them to read it. So I don't know if that one will happen. I don't know if I will get to any of the others in the first set of 10, so we're not off to a great start with that, but you know, we're gonna keep trying. And then the other challenge that I'm going to do this year, which is kind of just gonna be overlaid on all of the challenges and then kind of like retrofit. Let me tell you what I mean. So I am in a reading group, a very loose, organized reading group with my sisters and some friends. And we just have a messenger thread, and we just try to follow a reading challenge every year, some of us more successfully than others. And then we try to share with each other the books that we read and what we liked about it, etc. Just to share the fun of reading together. And the last couple of years, we kind of just, all of us just sort of petered out as the year went on. But this year we want to be more proactive. We want to, you know, actually stick to it this year and really do more as a little book group that we are. So we have decided to do an alphabet challenge. So that's where you read 26 books, and they start with the letter of each letter of the alphabet. So the titles start with each letter of the alphabet. And we decided we're not going to be super strict about it. And I also shared with the group, I believe it's Bookish Blondes, she has an adaptation of the alphabet challenge where she gave a prompt with each letter of the alphabet. And so if anybody wants to do that one in our little group, they can do that as well. So we're going to be really flexible with it. We're not going to be super strict about it, but it's just a fun way to keep us reading and be really broad, because, you know, especially the beginning of the year, you know, whatever book you want to read, you just mark off that letter of the alphabet. It'll probably get harder as the year goes on, and you'll have fewer letters in the alphabet, and especially when you get to like Q and Z and X, that'll be fun. But I think that it will work. It won't be like an extra challenge really for the most part. It will just kind of work with my other reading plans, and I can just like fit it into that, if that makes sense. So that is the other challenge that I'm doing in 2026. So those are my reading challenges. Let me know in the comments which of these challenges you are also participating in, or if there are other ones that you're going to be participating in, or if you don't do challenges at all. Let's talk about it in the comments and compare our notes. And I will see you tomorrow with day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. And tomorrow I will be telling you about one of my plans as far as my goals regarding inventory management and working through my physical TBR. I have an additional challenge / plan that I hope will help me to clean out at least a few books for my physical TBR. So there you have it, my reading challenges for 2026, and I will see you tomorrow.